Today I want to make a quick video to go over the different types of occupancy when you're getting a home loan to purchase a home. There's really only three types of occupancy. The first one is a primary residence. It means you're going to live in the home, or at least live there more than half the time. The next classification is called a vacation home, also known as a second home. This is where you're just going to use it sparingly, and you're not going to have a tenant in there, but you're just going to use it to vacation to. Usually it's near the beach or a ski home, or it doesn't have to be. It could just be in an area that you frequent. And the last classification of occupancy is for investment purposes, or rental property, or an income producing property. This is where you're not going to stay there. You're certainly not going to live there. You're just going to rent it out and look for an income producing investment. Primary residence is where you're going to get the least, that requires the least amount down. You're also going to get the best interest rates and the lowest fees. So a lot of times people will want to call it a primary residence even though they don't intend to live there. And someone doing this has to be very careful, because this is a form of loan fraud. If you're saying you're going to move into the home but you don't move into the home, you could be subject to penalties if the investor finds out that you're not living in the home. The worst I've heard is that the investor will call the note due and they require that you refinance. But technically you could be open to a fraud investigation. And if you're convicted of loan fraud, that could come with much more serious charges. Now, after the first year, you can do whatever you want with the home. But for that first year, you're expected to occupy the home the way you signed the loan paperwork. Now, while you can put as little as 10% down to purchase a vacation home, or 15% down to purchase an investment property, in both cases, you're going to want to look to put a good 20% down. As an example, if you were to compare an interest rate on a primary residence versus an interest rate on a vacation home with just 10% down, you would be paying 4% of the loan amount more in fees. So on a $400,000 loan, you'd pay $16,000 more in fees just to buy the vacation home with just 10% down. But if you're able to put 20% down, then you're able to avoid a lot of those additional fees that come along with a vacation home. For an investment property, ideally you want to put 25% down. That's where also you'll eliminate or avoid a lot of the fees above and beyond what the fees would be on a primary residence. So I hope this helps you understand the different types of occupancies and when you should use each one, and the risks associated with not utilizing it the way you were expected to utilize it.